Hey, everybody. Welcome to Jen Lowry Writes. We've got a special day today. As you can see, we have a family over in the studio with us. Hey, guys.
Hey.
We're here to celebrate Rebecca's, I'm going to call her Becca the whole time, Rebecca's new release of her children's book, When Daddy Shows Me the Sky. All right, guys, I want to introduce you to Becca. She was raised in West Point, a small town in the Tidewater region of Virginia. From the moment she submitted her first short story to a young authors contest in second grade, Rebecca knew she wanted to be a writer. Her love of writing led her to earn a BA in English and an MEd in English education. She spent several years as a high school teacher, where she also developed a passion for mental health promotion. Rebecca completed an MA in professional counseling and now serves as an elementary school counselor and a college adjunct psychology instructor. She also teaches yoga, as you can tell by the mat behind that family and where she is. And she teaches them to the young and the young at heart. She believes the most valuable use of her time is to teach others and the world to care for one another. Her stories share this focus on positive relationships and a love of nature. Rebecca now lives in Durham, North Carolina, with her husband, 2 children, and a spoiled Siamese cat who did not make it in the studio today, but we are okay about that. We're just glad you're here with your family, Becca. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
And since that was written, we now have 2 spoiled Siamese cats. So
oh wow.
Both of them are not here.
Okay, so Becca, introduce everybody.
All right. So this is my husband, Sam, and the little guy is Xander. He may not wave right now. And then our daughter, Ella, who is going to help me demo some poses today.
Ooh.
And I'm really excited. I'm at UNC Wellness. I've been working at this facility since 2014, I think. So they're a wonderful host. It's a wonderful place in Northwest Cary. So that's where we are today.
Awesome. So before we get into poses and talking about all the beautifulness that is your book, like personal shout outs right now, just gratitude moments, because that's really what a book birthday is about.
Well, probably first of all, to these 3 right here, especially this one. So putting up with late nights writing, because that's the only time I have by myself with quiet noise. But of course, for all of their support. Ella, I think, has read every draft of every children's book I have ever written. So, and she tells me how it is too. So those 2. Also to my friends, Meenan, who I used to teach with, and Rosemary, if they're listening out there, who actually edited, other than Ella, edited the first draft of this book and really helped quite a bit. Also a big shout out to Jen. She is quite an inspiration. So I'm so happy that she's here with me today. And as you will see in the dedication of the book, also to my dad, because when I was a kid, we used to go outside and look at the stars together. So he always, Orion the Hunter has 2 hunting dogs, but we always had cats. So he would call them Orion and the 2 hunting cats. So that's what we always would say.
And I love that. Now, it's a little spoiler alert, but that is one of the dad's favorite stars of the constellations in the sky, Orion. So that's in honor of your dad in that story. Yep.
Hi, Dad.
I love to hear the behind the scenes of how the book came to be.
Thanks.
So yoga is such a huge part of your life. How long have you been, teaching and practicing?
So I've been teaching for 10 years, which is kind of amazing, but I've probably been practicing closer to 20, which is weird to say that. But yeah, I love teaching yoga and I love my classes. It's great to be in community with people. Of course, now I'm kind of teaching both we call it hybrid, with people in the room and people on Zoom. But I love the community that yoga gives, and just the body awareness and the understanding of how our breath and our body work together, and just some time to be quiet. So I always love those things about yoga. And with the constellations, I find connections in everything. So I'd already kind of storyboarded this book before I even started teaching yoga, kind of put it on the shelf. And then after I started teaching yoga, I came back to it one day. I was like, oh, this kind of works together, doesn't it? And so I rewrote it with the yoga in it, and it worked out better than I would have expected. So,
and it's just amazing work that you've done, because it's about positive relationships. It is about mindfulness. It's about communication and sharing time, quality time together, while also practicing health practices that can help us in so many ways of our life. So I just absolutely am hugging this book, guys.
Thank you.
If you have not had an opportunity to get this one yet, guess what? It launched yesterday. And today we're having this book birthday. That means you can get it wherever books are sold now. You don't have to worry about that pre-order stuff.
Nope.
Yep, it's out. It's there. So
and you can get it in paperback too.
Wow. See, I've got the fancy hardcover. Yeah. I love hardcover. So I'm just so honored to be able to have this day with you.
Well, thank you. I'm so excited that you're able to do this with me.
Yes. So. Okay. So now we have to show a little bit of the back of the book before we get started, because I just think any type of educational resources or any kind of instructional guides are amazing. You don't have to go far, guys. It's right here in the back.
Yeah. And so you might recognize the little girl in the back. Who's my daughter. So in the back of the book, it was really important to me that we had the poses and the description of how to get into those. Because as you're reading through the book, like, okay, that's great, there's a pose, but how am I supposed to do that? Or how am I supposed to teach it to my child? Or if you're a teacher, and that way, the description is here. So another, the publisher, which is Belle Isle Books with Brandy Lane Publishers, the designer there came up with this really cool formatting, which I really love, that has the pose, the constellation, and the picture of my daughter here doing the pose. So I love that that's all incorporated on one page together. So
absolutely love that. So guys, when you get this book, it's more than just having a book that you can read to your children in the evenings or in the mornings or wherever you want to pull out this book on your bookshelf, but it's actually for you to help practice yoga poses with your child while teaching them science concepts as well. It's just a wonderful, wonderful family book. And now we're going to turn it over to you, our yoga expert, and I'm going to get out of the way so you can do your thing.
All right, great. So we're going to read the book together first, and then we'll go back and do some pose demos, and my daughter here will help us do the pose demos after we read through it. Okay. Because I want to be able to stand close to the camera so you all can see the pictures. And so the illustrator name is Catherine Jordan, and she's from Virginia. So they're really nice, bright, bold pictures, which I love. All right. So this is when Daddy shows me the sky. My daddy is amazing. He shows me the sky, not in daytime's bright sun when life makes everything noisy, but at night when it's quiet and you can concentrate. Daddy says we live in the northern hemisphere, and what we can see in the night sky changes each season, except for the moon, which we can look for every night. I shape my body like a needle on a compass, arms overhead, pointing straight to the moon. In the summer, Daddy shows me the planet Mars. It's called the red planet. Mars is covered with ice caps, canyons, and volcanoes. I show Daddy that I can explode like a volcano too. Draco the dragon roars in the summer sky. He has a long body and a bright head made of 4 stars. I imagine Draco with green scales and purple spikes. I can make my body in the shape of a dragon. In autumn, the planet Venus shines like the sparkles on my favorite bracelet. Daddy says Venus's nickname is the morning star, and it can even be seen in the daytime. I shine brightly like a star. Cetus, the sea monster, likes to play in autumn too. I picture him diving into a dark sea twinkling with bright starfish. Cetus includes a special star called Mira, which means wonderful. My favorite ocean animal is a sea turtle. Daddy's favorite constellation appears in the winter sky. Orion the Hunter is made from 7 stars, and a sword hangs from his belt. I am Orion. I am a warrior like Orion. Orion also has 2 hunting dogs, or hunting cats, if you want to call them that. Daddy and I pretend to be Orion's dogs stretching in the grass. And I love that this one really does look like a dog. And then the other one's in the sky. Cassiopeia is easy to spot in the winter. Cassiopeia was a beautiful ancient queen, and she was very vain. I won't be vain like Cassiopeia, but I can make my body into the shape of her chair. Hydra, the water snake, slithers out in the spring. He is the largest constellation. Hydra's body winds through galaxies, and his head is made of 5 stars. See, way up there. I can make my body long like a snake. In the spring, Leo the lion also comes out to play. I can find Leo all by myself. I just look for the backward question mark that makes his mane here up at the top. I bet Leo plays with the moon like my cat plays with her ball of yarn. Daddy and I both roar like lions. This is one of my favorite pictures in the book. Hydra and Leo live next to each other in the sky. I ask if the snake and the lion are friends. Daddy points to the sky and whispers, "Of course they are friends. Watch them play catch with Jupiter." I ask Daddy how a snake can play catch with no hands, but he just winks at me. I bring my hands together and give the night a bow. Before we say goodbye to the night sky, we stretch out our arms and pretend to hug the moon. The moon smiles and I smile because my daddy is amazing. He shows me the sky. That's our story. So you ready? Okay, so our yoga mat back here. We're going to work through these poses. So you'll see how to do them. So if you get a copy of the book on your own, you'll remember what you saw, okay? So go ahead and stay on the mat. Kick off your shoes. All right, so our first pose here, this is called extended mountain pose. So we just stand with our ankles right in line with our hips. And so we have mountain pose with our hands by the side, and extended mountain pose, our arms are way up high. So this pose helps us work on our posture, right? Because we know how it is during the week. Sometimes we slump down. So we want to stand up nice and tall, right? We know that's true. All right, so Mars, because Mars has a lot of volcanoes, this is our volcano pose. So this is sort of like a breath pose and a moving pose all at the same time, okay? So we start with our hands at our heart, and on our inhale, we shoot our arms overhead and give a nice big exhale, arms out to the side. So let's try that a couple more times. So hands at our heart, we shoot our arms overhead on our inhale, and then exhale down. Let's do it one more time. It's fun to do, right? Inhale up and very good. So teachers, if you need to get your class back focused, volcano pose is a good one to do, okay? And then we have our dragon pose down here at the bottom. So we start with ourselves in all fours kneeling on the mat. Very good. So let's start with our left foot forward. So she's gonna bring her left foot forward and her hands on the inside of the legs. Very good. And she can scoot her right leg back. Now she's super bendy, so adults following along, if you're not quite down as low, it's okay. All right. So this is our dragon pose. And then we have to switch sides, okay? And then we'll bring our right foot forward and the knee stays over ankle. Very good. So you don't have to be quite as bendy as her. It's all right. All right. And then we have our star pose. So she's going to hop back up. So star pose, we just make our body look like a star. Very good. As we bring our arms out wide and our fingers out. And you can even twinkle your fingers if you want. All right. So while she's standing up, we'll do warrior two, then come back to our turtle pose. So warrior two, she's going to bring her feet out wide. And then we'll take our left foot and make the left foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. So you bring this foot, there you go. And then bend into your right knee. I know, and then zoom, I think, makes things backwards. And then she's gonna bring her arms into a T and face the front. Very good. All right. And if your Zoom screen made your left and rights backwards, we're gonna switch anyway, so it's all good. All right. And then she's gonna switch sides. So she'll switch her feet. Very good. And bend in the knee and we go to the other side. So our warrior two pose makes our quad muscles really strong, which we need to walk, run, jump, sit, all that stuff, right? Very good. And then now we're going to sit down and do turtle. So this is, kids love this pose. This is another one adults, you know, just depending on how bendy you're feeling today. So we're going to bring our feet, we'll start with your feet flat to the floor and then bring your feet out wide. Very good. And then fold your belly all the way down in between. And you're gonna put our arms underneath our legs out to the side. And then bring your feet together. Very good. So she's going all the way down. In the book too, you can have your head up if that's a little more comfortable. So, so you know, just depending on how bendy your turtle is. All right, very good. All right, we come to our down dog pose. So first, go ahead and start in child's pose. So when you start in child's pose, that helps you get your hands and feet in the right place to do down dog. So all she's going to do from here is curl her toes on the mat. Yeah, curl your toes. There you go. And lift your hips up to the sky and press back. Very good. So this is downward facing dog. So your body looks like an upside down V shape or a triangle, and you're looking at your legs. Yep, she's gonna wave. Very good. All right, so let's drop our belly down. Since you're already on the ground, let's go ahead and do our cobra pose. So cobra is a snake, so she's down on her belly. She's gonna put her hands on the ground and then push up. So for some people, you might feel comfortable enough pushing all the way up, but others you might be a little closer to the ground. We call that baby cobra, where your elbows are back and you're down a little bit further. So it just depends on what you feel your back feels like doing today. Okay, very good. And then let's stand up again, and we're going to do chair pose. Chair pose is another one that really works your quads. So if you want to get some strength in your quads, why don't you turn to the side so they can see? Yep. So you're going to sit back like you're sitting in an invisible chair, and your knees will stay behind the toes. Very good. This is one, if you really want to build some strength, you're going to hold this pose, right? And you can also bring your hands to your heart if you want to. Very good. All right. So the fun one. So we have one more breath pose, and this is called lion's breath. So you're going to sit on your heels. And so I teach this to my elementary students too. So it's one of those, if you're feeling one of those days where you're just frustrated, you just need to let it out. Lion's breath is an awesome one to do, right? So you are going to breathe in through the nose, and on your exhale, it's okay. I'm telling you, it's okay to stick your tongue out, kids and adults. You're going to stick your tongue out and push out all your air. So we're not making a lion sound. You're pushing your air out on your exhale, okay? And so you're going to breathe in and then and kind of bug your eyes out, all right? So you're going to sit up nice and tall. This is really funny to do in the mirror. If you're having a bad day, watch yourself do this pose and you will laugh. I guarantee it. Okay, so even Miss Jen there might want to try. So you're going to breathe in, and on your exhale, very good. Let's try it again. Breathe in through your nose and then let it out. Very good. So that's our lion breath. So those are the poses. Thank you. Give you a round of applause. Yay. Thank you for demoing for us. Those are poses, and when Daddy Shows Me the Sky. So if you would like some other resources, if you go to the book website, it's just my name. It's easy. It's RebeccaWWheeler.com. There's some other links to some resources if you like, to look up some history of yoga, yoga for kids, that kind of thing. If you want to look on the website, my blog's on there with some more information on why I wrote a book about yoga, about why the illustrations are, and how the illustrations came to be, and the origin story of the book. So all that's on the website. So I would encourage you to go check it out.
Oh, yay, y'all. That was excellent. I will tell you that I was screenshotting. I got a picture of that bug out eye of you. I think I'm keeping that on my phone forever. I am I got it. I was waiting for it. And I snapped. Absolutely love the poses. Thank you so much. Look at you, great teachers. Just amazing teachers. Who would have thought that a book could be so fun? So congratulations on the book launch, and thank you for your poses. We need to know how long you've been practicing yoga, because you look like the expert out there.
Well, she when she was in preschool, I taught yoga at her preschool. So she was 3, right? And 3 and 4-ish. So yeah, so it's been a while.
Nice. You can really tell. Experts in the room. I will say that this is a book that not only, like I said, you can enjoy the science concepts, you can enjoy, the mindfulness and the together time, but it's just great to practice the breathing, the stretching, and the connections, because once your child reads When Daddy Shows Me the Sky and gets some of the basic poses down, they could be looking all in nature to find out what else is like yoga, what else is like a shape, what else is like the way I can pose my body. So it can teach them that creative mind, where your children can then start exploring nature and body and putting, like you said, making that connection, making where it flows. So I love that about it.
Thank you. And that's when just noticing there's some amazing things out in the natural world, and hopefully it will help people and kids stop to think and look around and notice those little things that they might have missed before. So
we have some people in the chat today.
Oh, cool.
So we have your friend Kathleen Birkinshaw.
Yay, Kathy.
So Kathy's here.
Yay, Kathy.
She said, you both make a great mom-daughter team.
Thank you.
And that she did a great job. And she talked about how much that she is so happy to be here, that she was in one of your first critique groups together.
Yeah, we were. So Kathy and I read each other's work way back when, before all of this happened, before she got published and before I did. So
yay. So congratulations to Kathy out there. Author. Kathy, you got to drop your stuff in the chat so we can
please
share
do, Kathy. Please.
And then we have another children's book author here. Her name is Sherry Mercer, and she is here, and she said that she was so excited to be able to attend. She said, this is so sweet. It's educational and encourages a healthy body. I love this book. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Sherry.
So Sherry is out working the chat with us today. So I'm just so happy to be able to be here and celebrate with you and your family. And just to say, guys, what a 5-star read. You are going to hug this book. Your children, though, more importantly, are going to hug this book. And this is a book where they will say, read this book to me again. Let's do this again. And that's the goal, right? Is for a child to love literacy, love storytelling. And this is a book that can help capture your heart of your child, their attention, while promoting healthy body practices. So, all right, you've got to talk about upcoming giveaways you've got going on, Becca. Let's hear about it.
Yeah, so my camera looks like it got a little fuzzy. Okay, I'm hoping it'll come back. There we go. I don't know what it is. If I wave my hand, it comes back on. So.
Hey, let's do that. When you were telling us in the audience that we could like twinkle, y'all, I will admit I was
yeah, I know, I do too. Yeah, so I love teachers. As Jen said, I'm a school counselor. I mean, so many of my family members are teachers. So we are doing I'm doing a virtual author visit giveaway. So it'll be 2 winners. So if you are a pre-K through elementary teacher, or you know a deserving pre-K through elementary teacher, you can nominate yourself or that person in the giveaway. So if you go to the website under events, then you will find how to register. So it's only open for a week, so you have to get on it quick. So it's open now through next Saturday at midnight. So you'll nominate the teacher through the website, through the link, and that person will get whoever the 2 winners are, each will get a 30-minute virtual author visit. They'll get a hardback book for their school library, and then a paperback book for their classroom library. Okay, and the students will do something similar to here. We'll read the book together. We'll have some pose demos, and then the students will be able to submit questions, and we can talk about how to make a book or whatever the students want to learn about. And the teacher will have through June 2022 to redeem if they win. Okay, so again, you just have a week to get in there to nominate yourself. Self-nominations are okay. Or a deserving teacher, pre-K through elementary school, just go to RebeccaWWheeler.com, go under events, and then the link will be there with all the details, those other details of how to get your name in there. So I love to be able to do that for schools. So
all right, guys, I just typed it into the chat. Nominate a teacher. This is an amazing prize. I absolutely love it. And I've put your website into the chat as well, so people would be able to click right then and go and nominate. And talk about school visits. You just had a school visit.
I did. So my friend, Mrs. Wine up in New York, so Sunnyside, New York, we did a school visit with her 2nd grade class, which was really fun. So yeah, so come on by. We got some good practice with her 2nd grade class, so I'm ready for the next one.
Awesome.
And so a couple other events that are happening if you're local in this area. December 4th, I'll be doing a signing in Durham, North Carolina at 2 to 4 p.m. And that information is also on the events page. I don't know if my friend Liz is out there, but her daughter's bakery will have a little table out there too. And so that'll be on December 4th. And then at the Wellness Center, again on December 11th, we'll be doing an event here in Northwest Cary out on the turf. Those of you who want to hang out with us at UNC Wellness, that one's in the morning at 11 a.m. And then, as Jen said, it was released yesterday. So all major booksellers or independent booksellers, if you do want a signed copy, you can go to Flyleaf Books website, which is in Chapel Hill. They're an independent bookstore in Chapel Hill. You can order online and just put in the comments you want a signed copy, and they will ship as well. And then I'll be going over to their store to sign books. So if you want a signed copy, the good people at Flyleaf Books can help you out. So
nice.
A shout out for Flyleaf Books. Yeah,
I've been dropping things in the chat as you've been talking, so people can have that also for them to go and check out. All right, Becca, family 3 takeaway.
Oh man. Okay, so 3 takeaway. So I think that number 1, pretty much everything I write about is about relationship. Relationships are so important, right? And our connection with each other and with nature. That's what, gives your life fulfillment. I always think about that quote at the end of your life. You don't wish you spent more time at the office. You wish you had spent more time in your relationship. So that's 1 takeaway. 2 takeaway, exercise is important. Exercise does so much. It boosts mood. It improves your overall health. So helping children learn the importance of exercise early is really wonderful. And enjoying the natural world is number 3. So learning to appreciate all of those amazing things in nature that might be right here under your nose. Okay.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us for live party today for Rebecca Wheeler's debut children's book, When Daddy Shows Me the Sky. Absolutely love that we've had an opportunity to spend time with you, your family, and the little one over there peeking through the door. And Sam running now as he's running away. But just love that we've been able to spend this time with you and your family to celebrate your book release.
Thank you. Thank you, Jen. You are amazing. If anybody hasn't subscribed to Jen Lowry Writes podcast, you better get on it. So
yes, subscribe.
She's really interviewed some pretty fabulous people.
I'm interviewing one right now. She's amazingly fabulous, and I'm so happy that I could call Becca my dear friend too.
Thank you.
So Becca, thank you so much for being on Jen Lowry Writes, and good luck on your book week, and congratulations.